This is Damon Stevens with Federal Builders, and today is Sunday, September 19th, 2021. And this is a stock market update from last week, and as well as our Monday prep for coming into this week. And it's been volatility is really high. We're at some really critical turning points, either to the upside or downside. So we need to talk about the bulls and the bears and make sure we're prepared this week. So stay tuned. Let's get into it and take a look at what's going on in this next week. If you're not subscribed and you're not watching our videos, please do so. So this can help you and hopefully help you in your trading. And also there's a little education that comes along with it from time to time. So just little nuggets here that can help you to improve your trading or at least give you some ideas of where to trade. Looking at our scanner from last Friday, just in review, you see here the Dow Jones closed down 0.40%, NASDAQ down 0.91%, and S&P 500 down 0.91%. And there's some critical paths here that we need to look at, and we'll talk about as we get in detail here. But as we look at the heat map, you can see a lot of negativity around, and a lot of pullbacks in the market. We've been extended and elevated for a long time now, so that's to be expected. That's what helps to make a healthy market is these pullbacks. Just the question is how far does the pullback go, and do we hit critical points to where we're gonna have a major pullback? But if you're not locked in your profits, then it takes a long time to crawl back out of those holes sometimes. So just make sure you're locking in those profits and you're watching the market carefully. So not a lot that I have stocks I'm watching on for Monday morning. And, as the scanner hits Monday morning, I'll be watching carefully to see where the trend's going with the market. But I'm definitely being a lot more cautious this next week here as we head into the last week of the month here soon. And also, seeing all the volatility that's going on in the market and a lot of news coming out as well. So be careful out there. If you look at Friday, our hot stocks was CRVS and HLBZ. And if we look at those charts here, you can see CRVS low of 222, high of 532. I did not trade this one. I did not catch it. I know some people did, and they really did really well on this trade, but I did not get this trade, but I did get the next one. So HLBZ definitely got part of this. I didn't get the first move, $8 to almost 20. Did get the second move though. You can see here as it broke out of 920, went up to 25.78, pulled back to almost to the 50, which we talk about in all our videos, which is kind of where it broke out at the high here at 920. You see 934, another entry in. 23.73, and then a fall back here again to this level here, and also bouncing off the 100. And then it broke it at the end of the day, which, that's kind of a bummer. I was hoping it was going to hold there. We'd have another chance at it this week. I'm going to watch it on Monday, but this may come off the list. It may have just been, a one-hit wonder here to where we're able to get some of it. And it happens a lot on these stocks. Some of them even where they pull back 100%. So you have to really be careful. Try to catch the initial moves, typically in the morning, late morning, and then be aware of the sell-off that typically happens during the middle, late part of the day. The SPY, you can see here, SPY is coming down, huge drop, gap down here. This level here, 441, is really close to breaking down even further. If we break the 440 mark, we're going to probably come down to at least 337. So just be really careful out there. If we get above this and we get back here around 445 or higher, we clear where the gap hit, we can start to climb back up again. And who knows, we can hit new highs again. We've done this several times. You see that on the chart, and I'll show that a little bit later here. But you can, the SPY, you just have to be really careful with it right now because it's kind of a, tipping point either direction. Moderna, these are my new Teslas that I've been trading for weeks here. You can see that we had this pullback, little cup here, little handle. I mean, this is kind of weak to me in my book, but you see a little bit of that. So will that turn up here? We're on the moving averages, so yes, it could turn up. We have resistance here at around 450, 459 here that we got to break through here. So we got to see if we can break through that and head back up to this 497 levels, or this 20 where we did touch it and got broke right below it and then bounce right back off of it. If that does curl down, you just have to be careful and see if we can bounce off that 20 and continue to ride that up. If not, we're going to be pulling back, especially if the market pulls back. NVAX, we've had this big long momentum here going up. We curled back down here. We're just curled up under that 50, above the 50 here. Bullies moving averages, trying to see if we can get that pulled back up there. So BNTX looking better. I mean, this was one of the weaker ones out of the bunch. But you see it trying to break resistance here at 368 or 369. Pulled back a little bit here, still above all the moving averages. See if we break above. If we get above 369, we got a nice run up here to the next level. So looking for that breakout. Tesla looking good as well. We had a pullback here. I was curious if this was going to fail, but it pulled right back up here on Friday, rallied back up, hitting that 760 area. Seems like a big area of resistance. We got to get past that 761 mark. You can see back here as well. If we break that, we get trying to go back up here to 770, 780 mark. So we're seeing if we can continue that momentum up. So Tesla, looking really good this last couple of weeks. NVIDIA, looking good. Found resistance though. Last couple of weeks been consolidating. Came down, hit the 20. Don't like to see this curl down here. If we break and stay below that 20, then we're coming back down to the 50 here. So that's why we got to watch the market. These are been some great stocks and great trades, but you got to lock some profits down if you haven't taken any on these, because these could curl down, and I see a lot of downside here. The dollar continues to be strong, kind of working its way up to that 93 level that we've been at before. So keep an eye on that. That could affect the SPY here. VIX too. The VIX got over 20, in this 21 range, spiked 21.52. If it continues to climb, the market's going to continue coming down. So also watch the SPY. These are always on my charts. I have it's one screen that has just standard charts, which are indexes. The VIX is on there, dollar, and a few others, just to kind of see how the overall market's doing, so that if there's a major reaction there, it can roll over to other stocks and affect, your long-term portfolio as well as your short-term or in your day trading. So just something that I do to kind of keep an eye on things. But yeah, so the VIX is elevated. It's pulled back a little bit, which is good. Still above 20, so I don't like that. So we have to be really careful on Monday. So I'll just be watching the open here to see for direction here. You can see here SPY on a daily chart now. You can see this huge pullback here. Broke the 50 right here, which, it hasn't done, it's broke it a little bit, but it pulled right back up. This is the first time that it broke it, stayed under it. So these dips that we've had in the past, this chart's looking a little different. So if we hold and if we break this 440 mark, we got to come clear down here, possibly to 431. So it's a long way down. My guess would be 435 to 437. Could find some support, but not, on pull down. So just got to be really careful. That's why I'm watching the price action on Monday. Triple Q's and doing a little bit better than the SPY. Pulled back, but definitely could sitting right in the middle of this break up here. So we had a retracement here about 50%, sitting just under the 50. If we can get back above that 50, we can run to the 200 at 374. So looking for that breakout this week. Looking at semiconductors, we got a pullback here. It's found support, so that's good. But it's showing weakness here. It's got to get a rally going here again. Otherwise, it could pull back with the rest of the market. Dow Jones under the 50 as well. So a lot of weakness in all these across the board. Just got to be careful on the price action here in this next week. IWM, same thing. Financials, it's above the 50. It's below the other moving averages, but it's above the 50. So we'll see. This one could pull out, but definitely you've seen that weakness across the board. Gold is weak as well. Silver's weak. It's pulled back is even more. Bitcoin, try to rally up there. Found resistance again around the 46,000 mark. Going back down here again. See if it can hold this 100 at 43. If it doesn't, it could break down further. But it's just kind of consolidating here, trying to find strength to make it a bigger move. Ethereum, same thing. Dogecoin, same weakness. So I mean, these charts are kind of like almost identical right now with the pullbacks here. So we'll see if they can find support and move on. So be careful of the cryptocurrencies. I know there's some news on China as well on crypto. So just be really careful out there this week. I think this week could be, chew you up a lot. I think there could be a lot of volatility and a lot of choppiness. So just if you don't feel comfortable trading, or you feel like you don't want to risk the money that you have, then you may stay on the sidelines. Take some education, some training, learn something new, or just paper trade. See how the paper trade works for you this week, and see how well you do in this volatility that we have going on. But just be safe out there. Trade smaller if you want to stay trading. Would be my recommendation. And we'll give you updates on Monday as far as what hit the scanner and how we did on Monday, and what we're seeing, if there's any changes in the market, what we're seeing from our perspective. But otherwise, have a great night, and we'll talk to you more on Monday.